Could not have scripted a better finish to the home and away series. So we're just about set to go. Umpire John Harvey has the football in the middle. Sydney have the breeze. And here we go, second half from the SCG. Stafford and Turnbull doing the ruck work, kick it over the top. Started on the bench.
Ben Waring back on to Sandy, playing on the half-forward line for the West Coast.
And guess who's at the bottom of the pack? The great man for Sydney wearing number 14, Paul Kelly. It's Creswell who gets a kick down to the half-forward line. Suddenly they're down in the danger zone, the Eagles. It'll be Garrick who'll tidy up. From the back pocket, Fraser Garrick tumbles a punt towards the half-back line. Sydney have the numbers here. Creswell's at the back. Round the body, he twists, putting them inside 50, and a fine mark taken by O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin plays on quickly. He goes in towards full forward. It bounces over the top. And the first score for the quarter is a behind. And that's what they stretch their lead by. He's got 3.
Sydney have really got to establish a lead here. Then they can really block the game up in the last quarter, make it difficult for the West Coast. But they've got the advantage of the breeze in the third quarter. They've just got to make the most of it.
Yes, we just saw Peter Matera on the bench then, with McIntosh coming out. Lovell through his hands to Banfield. He's got plenty of possessions around that midfield. The ball wobbles there. Open space here. This is Arnott. Gets there first. Unloads it beautifully to Rose. Caught. Great tackle from behind. Kick it. Wants his right side. Goes back in towards the wing. And Paul Kelly on his chest. Off to Ruse. Swans running. Kicks it very wide. Very wide indeed. Great mark in front by Luff. He really does have sticky fingers. Oh, very improved player. Now he kicks from just outside 50, slips as he kicks it, and the ball eventually over the line and a throw in. No, Troy Luff. The goal in that first quarter. One of the Swans' 5. So the Swans really need to get the scoreboard ticking, and Eagles trying to hang on. Great tap. Handball in tight. Socket off the ground by Evans. Players goes back. Players also under enormous pressure here. Bays from 30 metres out goes towards goal and is marked right on the line by Garrick.
Fraser Garrick. Sydney fans had their hearts in their mouths for a moment, and they saw the number 7 standing there on the last line of defence. Despite the breeze, gets pretty good distance. Belted down in front of O'Brien. It beats him over the line.
The Sydney forwards really do work to a pattern. When they hit the ball, they keep running in a straight line away from goal, make a break on their opponent, then they dish it out.
So it's still in their attacking zone, Sydney. Mooney edged out of it, back towards Tony. Evans gets a hurried kick towards Turnbull and Stafford, the 2 big men. The honours are with Stafford. He's got time to wheel around long and low and towards half forward. The only one there, again, is Tony Evans. Chips to half back. Oh, Cousins crashed. Well, he bounces up as quickly as he went down. And goes back to take his kick.
Playing well up the ground.
Great future ahead of him. This is game number 18. Flicked out the back, whereupon to try to soccer it further forward was halted in that attempt by Paul Roos. He gets a slap on the back for his attempt. He's at the bottom of the pack.
Ryan Turnbull has done really well since he's come on. A little flick on once again, nullifying Stafford.
Luff leaves it. And with Brad Seymour, it sails over. There's Dale Lewis, Stewie Maxfield, and they need the jumpers tonight.
Looks as though he needs an electric blanket, doesn't it?
It's not hot, but it's a hot contest. That's one thing we can say. Mitchell White, Seymour, Kelly, all there at the bottom.
Yes, 2 of the best 3 defensive teams in the league, the Eagles and the Swans.
Kelly doesn't look too fresh, does he?
No, moves away.
I wouldn't worry about him. He's tough.
Just straight back into it. He has hurt himself. He's lying on the ground back. White misses Lewis. Players come at it and Seymour over the line. So Paul Kelly there.
Isn't there a difference in players, Malcolm? I mean, his pain tolerance is just so high. You see other guys go off the ground, you think, oh, they're mortally wounded. They stay on the, they won't come back on, but they do. Just different. He's tough.
Yes, he's in a bit of trouble, though. He went after that ball again. It's now starting to come good. Perhaps an ankle or a kick in the shin. As we look here, you just see him going, oh, gee, he just twisted, didn't he? Yes, must be some youth on his side. And there he is again.
It's all in the mind, isn't it?
Yes, he did twist that. It did go underneath him, Don, didn't it?
It did, but Wayne Schimmelby used to play with those bad ankles, and he continued on.
The boundary throw-in. 5 points the margin. Sydney leading. Early going in this third quarter. Stafford tries to lay it off. Kelly's in there for his third or fourth attempt, hobbling, but still at it.
So the West Coast at the moment in this third quarter doing what they have to do, blocking it up, preventing Sydney from a goal-scoring spree. They'll want it tight coming into the last quarter, the Eagles. Kelly gets a hurried kick. Creswell soccers off the ground. Gains 35 metres down towards O'Loughlin. Used the body but overran the ball, and McKenna sees it over the line. They appeal the Sydney Swans boys for a deliberate, but that one has gone out the window now. We don't worry about that. Instead, we have the throw-in. Overrun by most, but not Guy McKenna. Steady as a rock. Gives it to Lovell, another hand pass, and all of a sudden they've got it back down towards the centre. Trying to force his way through quickly was Adam Huskus. It spilled free once again. Oh, caught. Fine tackle by McKenna. Garlick plays on. Down towards the forward line. It bounces and bounces through from behind. 5-9 plays 4-9. At this stage, Don, if you had to pick a winner, who do you think is
well, I'm not going to make that prediction because the West Coast are doing really well early in this third quarter. They're really restraining or retaining the Sydney Swans side, and if they can maintain it, it'll be a very good last quarter.
Gehrig, that ball now sitting in the air, and Stafford takes it unopposed. Now he's 60 metres from home. Doesn't go for the long bomb. He headed towards Mark Bays. Belted clear of him. Taken out of Metropolis by Grant, and another throw-in.
Interesting call that, Don. I just figured that perhaps a Tony Lockett there now with the ball, with the rain stopping, taking a couple of marks, could actually break the game open. I know they kicked 5 in the first quarter. As they get a bit tired, they really need to get a belt on those Swans.
But Tony Lockett's not there and won't be there.
No, but throughout the year. The Eagles are very, very good at frustrating sides in kicking goals. They did it the last time they played the Swans in the last quarter. They actually never got a goal when they played them. So that you can bet there's one goal, one quarter that might happen. Anyhow, here's the man that might change it all. Kick it. But he didn't. And only a point results. So the point's starting to come for the Swans. That's their third for the quarter. And Derek Kickett with his second.
In fact, that last time they met, Malcolm, Sydney was restricted to only 3 behinds in that final quarter, and the West Coast Eagles running all over them with 5 goals.
Yes, McKenna, it's a much better kick, longer kick. McIntosh loses the ball in the air, met brilliantly, and kick forward. Bay's a great gap.
That'll do what it is.
To Loughlin, great skills. Michael O'Loughlin goes, and they've woken it. They've got one.
That's exactly what I was talking about earlier, the way the Sydney forwards play. Now watch Bays. When he comes out, he hits the ball hard. This is the build-up. We'll just wait for the build-up. Here it is coming here. McPherson coming through. Now Bays hits it, bang, keeps going straight. See? And that's what they all tend to do, then dish it off. Good effort.
So Sydney finally break the ice in this third quarter. Kickett goes storming through again, trying to create a path. Kelly gives it away towards Huskus. They look forward towards the left forward pocket zone. Beautifully picked up by Bays, but he's forced onto the right boot. He flicks it in towards half forward. Could have almost been a free kick for holding. Sydney fans cry foul. Garlick kicks for goal. There's another one. gets his first, and suddenly Sydney open up again. 7-10 plays 4-9.
I don't know, I can't pick this game. As soon as you give the West Coast a rap, they're holding them up. Sydney start to bust it open with 2 goals. I mean, that's great play by Sydney, and it was great play up until then by the West Coast to really restrain and retain them. And there's Garlick. Gee whiz, we've got a game here, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a good call. The Eagles won't keep him goalless this quarter. Kick it, liven up, back in the middle. Banfield just throws it on the boot and goes forward. Players have to sit and wait. Wirapunda and McPherson. McPherson recovers better, and there'll be another throw-in. Ball up, I should say.
Still a great attitude by the West Coast. Look at 2 tackle on. It's a 2-on-1 situation then on that tackle.
It is actually a throw up. Stafford tries to build it. Turnbull does well, and terrific tackling. And the ball goes nowhere. Banfield and Kelly. Yeah, it's been a real contest, hasn't it? In fact, goals have come in little bursts, haven't they, in each of the 3 quarters so far. Goes over the back. Almost caught holding the ball. Seen worse than that. It goes to Lovell. Shoots and has kicked it. So handy one for the Eagles.
Yes, and that's what they wanted. Something against the Breeze. It was Andy Lovell. And these people really getting into the football. They don't appreciate the opposition kicking goals. But again, it was that man Turnbull. He's just there. He's a real frustration for Stafford. And he got the ball going forward. And there's Lovell finishing it off once again.
An invaluable goal to the Eagles into the Breeze. It's pushed wide by Morrison towards the boundary line for another throw-in. They did it in the first quarter when Peter Sumich got their only goal, and they've done it again now. But the margin is 13 points. Creswell gives Sydney some valuable metres down towards Dale Lewis. .52 plays 39, 13 points. Waterman and Luff do battle Creswell, but there's been a whistling and it's going to come back. Creswell wanted to go on with it. It's going to come back to Troy Luff. Long way from home, 65 metres in towards Bays. Metropolis got a hand to it, but that was all. O'Loughlin tucked deep in the pocket, tries to flick it back. He does to Bays on the left foot. A centering kick in front of goal. Mooney was there, couldn't take it cleanly. Lewis taken over the line, was he? And eventually it is rushed over for one behind.
They got the 5th rush behind of the night for the Sydney. Is that right?
Ashley McIntosh, Guy McKenna, Brett Eddy. Forward come Backman. And time's up. So McKenna kicks beautifully. Finds Braden Lyle.
Yes, fantastic kick. Lyle goes short. And Turnbull sits and waits. Lewis marks. So Turnbull just taking his time with the Breeze. Against the Breeze is what you do. Just take your time with the kicking when nothing's on. The ball pulls up. Sydney have actually done this better. Most of the time have taken chest marks when the ball was caught up. And big kick back by Roos. And there is Turnbull again. Once again goes short. And a very good kick in the end of Waterman. Waterman breaks away. Kicks it very high. And terrific mark from behind by Huskus. Adam Huskus, centre half back. Now looks towards the centre. Morrison can't keep up his feet in the mud. Eddie absolutely unloaded. Here's his marker in Kickett, centre wing. Wirapunda runs at him, presses him out of it. White's clear. Trying to get back is Huskus. Doesn't. Gives it off to Lewis. Lewis wants some support. There's not a lot there. Now White has to wait and gone. Kickett tackles. Seymour goes to ground. Sumich ties him up, and that is holding the footy no.
Oh. Well, there was one earlier that was questionable, wasn't there? So it's inside their 50. 14 points the margin. Stafford and Turnbull. Stafford got a hand to it. Roos almost held. Lewis goes for the big punch. Flicked by Turnbull in towards goal. And the result are behind. 7-11 plays 5-10. If you've just joined us, Sydney kicking with the aid of a breeze. That would appear to be worth a good 2 to 3 at least. West Coast have started this quarter extremely well, holding them up. Then 2 quick goals saw them scoot clear. West Coast got one back. Banfield stood his ground. Stafford, delighted with his new contract and playing like it too. Kicks down towards O'Loughlin. He was held, but plays on anyway. So too does McKenna in all sorts of bother. Was able to get it away to Morrison. He's got Mainwaring on the boundary line. Chris Mainwaring goes over the top. Here's a chance for Lovell. 75 metres out. Lovell pops it in towards the pocket. Sumich has got to first of all keep it in play and then get his boot to it. He can do neither. And a throw in. Stafford in front. Mainwaring on Dyson. Huskus was at the bottom. Arnott soccers off the ground. Gets it down towards centre wing. Morrison will keep it in play, but he better be quick. Oh, he used the body beautifully. Delightful little side turn. Then he kicks it inside 50. Roos through strongly. It ricochets to the boundary line and over. Under 9 minutes, and the old warhorse of 311 games picks himself up and carries on.
13 points the margin. Players dive in on top of it, and once again another throw up. Now just inside 50, the Eagles into attack, and in a 2-1 goal quarter, the Swans just edging a little bit further away. The Eagles pressurising very well in this quarter. Turnbull gives it a belt, can't get hold of it. Once again, stack of players around, another throw up.
It's interesting, the Sydney forward line, they're playing the regulation 6-man forward line. 3 across their full forward line and 3 across half forward.
Yes, it's really been a great contest. The weather hasn't been kind to the players, but they really are having a big go. Roos goes off the ground. Banfield tries to screw it round, doesn't quite hit it right. Here's Creswell, breaks away, goes back towards centre wing. Heady leads Kickett, just plays the ball in front of him. Kickett there with him, and coming across to help out is Evans. Has a player in support in Lyle. He's under pressure. So's Morrison. Kickett comes again to put him under pressure. And after all that, a boundary throw in. Both sides pretty happy there. The Swans people are happy as the veteran Derek Kickett makes a contest of it.
Well,
Turnbull. Enjoyed by Don Scott as he goes down towards Mainwaring. There's some holding on going on there. And the free kick will go the way of Sydney, to be taken by Dyson. Started extremely well in the first quarter. Picked up a lot of touches. Dyson goes to half forward. Metropolis defends with a fist behind. Morrison down in front. Taken by Arnott. The 2 number 42s clash. And both get a pat on the back for their efforts from their respective teammates. Luff this time tries to flick it out the back. Banfield couldn't take it cleanly. Waterman can. He shows them a clean pair of heels as he scoots away and he floats it towards Wirapunda. Oh, an excellent spoil by McPherson. Into the middle it goes. Evans slaps it out of the mud, but straight to Roos. Back to McPherson again. Sydney get it down towards 50. Heady Courage. Where is it? Right there. Here's Kickett. Back towards Lewis. Still with Lewis if he can get clear, but he can't. And it's finally Metropolis who sees it over the line. It'll be a last man standing.
It is.
Quarter. I mean, they're tired now, but come the final quarter.
And they're both well-drilled teams, Sandy. Off the ball, they've all got an opponent. They run to pick up their men. Very good football. Very disciplined teams, both of them.
Bayes tries to tap it out to Kickett, but once again the boundary line beats him, and another throw in. Yes, there hadn't been a lot of easy kicks tonight. Both players, both teams, as the rain comes down again. So make it even tougher. Luff tries to get hold of it and falls over. Waterman just throws it on the boot. Out towards centre wing. Turnbull taps it towards the boundary line. And once again, Ryan Turnbull having a pretty good quarter. and wasting some valuable seconds into this breeze for the Eagles. Waterman and Luff go for the ruck. Luff does well over the back. Creswell with a terrific kick goes forward. Ball falls into a centre half forward. Lyle's pinched by Lewis, smothered by Heady, was very good. He puts his head down. Lewis goes off the ground in front base. There with him on it. McIntosh just possesses him. Players working hard in front of the goal square. Lyle caught. You'll have to move, son, otherwise that's holding the footy. And it is.
It's a big call there.
Oh, a real big one. But what a way Heady, and I forget the Sydney Swan guy coming the other way, just eyes for the ball. Gee, this is a good game of footy. It's a real contest. And here's the free kick against the youngster, Braden Lyle. Does well to get it in. Oh, is that a tough one or not?
Did he make an attempt to get rid of it?
Oh. Courageous decision anyway by the umpire.
Well, it was tough, but certainly made no attempt.
And Roos is injured too. He's going off the ground.
That happened down the other end about 4 or 5 minutes ago. As Garlick has kicked a goal this quarter. Kicks and has kicked his second for the quarter.
Gee, that's a handy goal.
Well, the injury's not too good a thing as far as Sydney is concerned. Roos going off, because who's going to go with Mitchell White? Well, that's the problem. And Sydney gives him a bit of run too, doesn't he, out of the back line, Roos? The free kick. Now what's this? Lyle goes in. Oh, I reckon that's a bit tough.
Two goals to Simon Garlick. Sydney again, edge clear. Kicker tries to win it out of the middle, and he does to Dyson. He goes for the torp, and he gets onto it too. Puts it inside 50. Bayes is at the back. He can't get a clear run at the football. Caught was Garrick. They spill to the ground and pounce on it. And the umpire will come in and take charge.
O'Brien lucky not to get one then too. He's in front. He's pushed over.
Who is going to be playing who in the finals? Well, Sydney are going to be certainly hosting a final. 30,577 here tonight. That's fantastic, considering we may as well be in Iceland. Excellent crowd, and they're seeing a wonderful game of football. Banfield. Clean bowled was Waterman. O'Loughlin, but you can't blame him for that. It's like handling a piece of soap. Kelly just handles the soap better. He tries to chop his way through. He shows it to them once. It's come back. He's given away the free kick. He's lost it.
Remember, Kelly had that ankle injury, and he's still going.
The record crowd here is 44,047. That was when they played Geelong earlier this year. Who knows? They may be playing Geelong again next week. Or will it be Richmond? That's when they got over 31,000. Oh, it's just fantastic. The national competition alive and well and thriving as Kelly gives it to Creswell. Under pressure, straight up in the air, into the middle. Dyson chasing Morrison. Good mark by the youngster.
Fantastic mark. Gives it off to Garrick. Once his left side. Now comes out a bit wide. Wirapunda can't get there. Neither McPherson. And Paul Roos went off Russell Morris. How is he?
Look, he's got a corky to just above the right knee, Blighty. He's just got ice on it at the moment, so we'll see what happens.
Yes, he looks in a bit of pain there. Boundary throw in. Turnbull gets front spot and belts it back again towards the boundary line. And another throw in. So 20 points is the margin, as those very keen youngsters watch on. New Swans fans, we hope, in AFL footy's sake. Turnbull back over again. Seymour first back. Now has to make a decision. So he switches play and goes very wide. The ball will skid and will beat all players out.
Well, the margin was 27 points at quarter time, and they closed that gap to within just 4 points at halftime. They're going to have to do the same thing in the final quarter, it looks, anyway at this stage, if they're going to win the game and have a chance of taking top spot on the ladder. But that could well be decided tomorrow. Dyson crunches, he gets his kick down towards centre wing. All Eagles there. Metropolis first to the ball. Kicks towards half forward. Spills out of the arms. White picks it up. He's 60 metres from home. He kicks towards full forward. But Dunkley and Co are there, defending as grandly as ever. Dunkley's kick towards the half-back flank. Okay for Arnott, but beautifully slung by Morrison. Leaves it for Mainwaring. Caught one high, then went on with the job. Good work by Dunkley to get back on him again. Kickett sits over the ball and has put it out on the full. It came off the boot of Derek Kickett. Right there. Sydney fans not happy, but McKenna will take it on right half forward. Puts them inside 50, heads towards Mitchell White. Seymour brought to the ground and the ball leaves him and rolls over the boundary.
Yes, fantastic game. Win a definite factor. Turnbull getting his hand on the ball, whipped out of the air by Seymour. McKenna just reads it beautifully. He's been very good, very solid. There's a player in short in Turnbull, and from 55 metres.
That puts the pressure on Stafford.
Yeah, he won't kick this. It'll hold up in the breeze. So just want to fly here. Big mark from behind, and Mitchell White's got it.
Playing at centre-half forward, there he is, Mitchell White. And this is a good mark, considering the situation. As far as the scores are concerned, we've only got 2.5 minutes left. Now, if he can get this one...
Gee, it'd be a bonus, wouldn't it?
My word, it would.
Interesting, as you mentioned, Don. Paul Roos off the ground. Mitchell White kicks from 20. I think he's kicked it. That's his second.
Well, he averages 22 possessions a game, and that's a terrific effort from centre-half forward, because that is the most difficult position on the ground to play, because players are dropping in on you all the time. Here he is deep in the forward line, taking the mark. Roos off would help him a lot. It could be a problem for Sydney with Roos off the ground, because Mitchell White may come back into the game.
8-11 plays 6-10, although there is some conjecture about that score of the West Coast Eagles. The scoreboard has them with 9 behind, but we'll check that at three-quarter time. At the moment, it's not a major concern. In fact, the board, as I've spoken, have just added them 1 behind. They've neglected the last goal, however. In the meantime, McKenna marks. I think they're having a bit of a wild old line-up there. Maybe the cold wind has got to them. McKenna on halfback.
Just slowing it down a bit, just wiping the ball.
Yep.
Just taking his time.
1.5 minutes remaining. They've got the bonus goal, but he's kicked that straight to Troy Luff. Luff into half forward. It wasn't his best kick. Courage was required. Beautifully picked up by Lovell. He was claimed, but he got his kick, and it's travelled far enough to Waterman.
And Brian very slow in getting up. Heady came through very hard. I don't know what he's done. O'Brien is up. He seems to be all right.
Heady's bounced up. Now McKenna's given him a little bit of space if he wants to go short. He elects to go longer, and a good diving mark taken by Evans. West Coast do this so well. He's between centre wing and right half forward. Swings it inside 50 once more towards Turnbull. O'Loughlin got it off nicely towards his captain, who kicks long to O'Brien. He's suddenly recovered, but he's unable to take the mark. Here's an opportunity for Lewis. 50 metres out. Goes with a short little chip towards Bayes. He's got a swing. Oh! Great shepherding. Gives Bayes a chance. He's got Kickett there. Pick yourself up. Pick yourself up. And he goes, and he kicks it. Oh, golly. Oh, they are rocking here at the SCG.
Wow, what a heavy shepherd. Watch this heavy shepherd by Lewis. There's Lewis spotting it. Now there's McIntosh. Just about, ooh, bang. And Kickett, he just couldn't get it. Oh, is he going to get up? I think Sandy's got money on that.
But I can see the Sydney fans. I think that's what they were saying. That's a handy answer for the one that the West Coast just kicked through Mitchell White. 20-odd seconds remaining. Banfield out of the centre. Can they get one back? Down towards half forward. Down towards rear punter Mitchell White. Troy Luff there also, and McPherson for Sydney, and a throw in on the outer side. Well, whatever happens in these next 11 seconds, it's all set up for arguably the greatest final quarter we've seen for the season. Could most certainly be one of the tightest. And the rewards are the greatest, there's no doubt about that.
Having watched Sydney a couple of times, it wouldn't surprise me if they really put numbers in the back line and just make it a non-contest.
65 plays 46. Stafford, Turnbull at the back was Kelly, belted clear towards centre wing as seconds tick away. Waterman has it and gives it to Lovell, but the siren sounds. So another fascinating quarter of football. Scoring wasn't easy, although Sydney in the end managed 4 goals. 2 of those coming from Simon Garlick, 1 from Michael O'Loughlin. West Coast kicked 2 very important goals into the breeze. 1 from Lovell and another one from Mitchell White, giving Mitchell White 2 for the game so far.
In fact, they've kicked 9 with it, the Swans, and none against it in that second quarter. And the Eagles just 3 with it in the second quarter, but also 3 against it. So, I mean, it really does set up for a great last quarter. 27 points at quarter time. They've reduced that to 19 at 3/4. So a 3-goal ball game when the wind is now and the rain is still coming down. So it's probably a 3 or 4 goal ball game. So the Eagles are right in it.
Damien Drum, Dennis Carroll, former captain of Sydney, and Rocket Rodney Eade come out at 3/4 time. Sydney 9-11, leading West Coast 6-10.
As we head to the finals next week, top spot is a bonus. Sydney or West Coast, the result to be determined. Plenty of action to come in the final term.
Well, no one in the commentary box, Russell, will put their head on the chopping block and say who'll win. Who is going to? Come on.
Well, Sandy, the temperature's dropped about 4 or 5 degrees. It's freezing down here, but I think West Coast will win tonight. I think that they'll be good enough with the breeze. I think Sydney have got to bottle it up and go wide to avoid some easy scores from West Coast, but a very tough game. Great atmosphere down here, Sandy, but still very cold.
Has the breeze changed at all?
No, it hasn't. It's still swirling, so I think we might find Sydney kicking down to this side of the ground against the breeze.
So here we go, final quarter. This could decide top spot on the ladder. And it's Lovell who gets the West Coast down towards the half-forward line first up. Wirrapunda is clear. A high kick by Wirrapunda. Won't come back far enough. And 1 behind as they start their scoring in this final quarter.
Well, Sydney haven't got a fit player to bring on the bench. Roos is gone, so has Maxfield. And unfortunately, Chapman is still in the training room, so they've got to stand up now, Sydney.
Dyson will bring it back into play. Mitchell White and Dunkley, the latter, gets a fist to it. Pushed wide towards the boundary line. Wirrapunda pounces on the ball, stays in play just for a moment, and is eventually taken over by Drew Banfield. Copping plenty of close attention from Darren Creswell.
Well, they're still trying to win it, Sydney. They've got a 6-man forward line.
Almost down to centre wing. Turnbull and Stafford at the back. Dyson. Chance for him now. Claimed by Banfield. Evans attempts to sucker off the ground, but he can't get clear. Shot out the back door towards Cousins. Round his body he goes. Puts them inside 50. Down towards full forward. Towards Sumic and Wirrapunda. McPherson defends. This could be very, very dangerous. Pushed towards the outer side. Morrison's giving chase and he's first to it. He may need help. He's clear. He bends it back in towards full forward. They need a mark. Lewis flew, but he couldn't take it. And it was belted, not so subtly, over the line for a throw-in.
Not so subtly.
Ernie Dingo enjoying this match.
A West Coast man at that.
Yes.
So boundary throw-in, almost read there by Lewis. Given to White, smothered. Kelly gets it, kicks it high. Players have to sit and wait. Evans through his hands. Waterman shares it with O'Loughlin. And the ball spills out to Banfield. Beautifully pinched. O'Loughlin goes back in towards the centre. Heady from behind, gets the ball down. Lyle off to McKenna, cool and calm and runs. Now goes in towards centre half forward. 30 metres out from the Eagles' goal. Big pack, huge pack of players by. Terrific pressure there from Dyson. It's all Eagles. Waterman sits and waits.
Actually, do you agree that with the rule that they virtually put the whistle away as Sumich picks himself up as far as that deliberate's concerned.
Yes, it's been very consistent from early in the year. Great grab by Lovell. Lovell shoots at goal, falls right on the goal line and knocked through by the Swans defence.
Now, Sydney players are coming down the ground. I mentioned earlier about the six-man forward line they had going. Well, players are now coming, the half-forwards are right on centre wing now. And they've got their full forward line around centre half forward. So players have moved down. They're starting to bottle it up.
6-12. Plays 9-11. 3 straight kicks would give them the lead. Duckley. He's had some of the biggest jobs of the season and has done them so well. His kick wobbles towards centre wing, kick it, can't keep it in play.
Don, it is true in these conditions, isn't it? I mean, score on the board's important, particularly as the rain comes down and players get a bit tighter.
Oh, yeah, especially in the last quarter.
Yeah.
Throw in on centre wing. Stafford jostling for front spot with Turnbull. Lewis almost threw that out to O'Loughlin, but he accepted it gleefully. Kicks in towards Kickett. Couldn't take it. Bounces off the chest of Lyle. Also O'Brien. Good work by McKenna. Still at half forward. Lewis tries to go through. Taken by Garrick. Gives it off now to Morrison. Flicks it wide to the outer side. The racehorses can go. Troy Luff might be first to this if it sits. It does. It's okay for Luff. And he's got time to swing round. Look up towards the half forward line. No mark. It spills free. Great attempt to mark by Morrison. He had to beat a couple. Eventually thrown out the back door, and Lyle will get another chance. Gets the hand pass back. It's off to Lewis. Chris Lewis spending time on the bench. Now kicks towards right half forward. Still looking for their first goal for the quarter. Dyson defends and defends well to the outer side.
There's a terrific mark there by Arnott for the two youngsters, Arnott and Morrison, 42s. Kicks the ball along the boundary. Players work their way to the front. O'Brien runs into Banfield. And that is
a tough nut, Banfield. There he is, Drew Banfield. Very hard.
That'll be a free kick. And Lyle will take the free kick because he didn't have the footy. And bit technical, but very correct. Comes out wide. Mitchell White and Luff. Beautifully read by Dyson. Wants some support from behind. Gets it from Huskus. Back to Dyson. So the 1-2 back to Huskus. Couldn't quite get the handle on the bag. And once again, tight work on the boundary line, and Dyson goes to the safety of it.
It's helping Sydney, this type of play.
Under 16 minutes remaining. 65 plays 48, 17 points the margin. In the middle, and Lewis appeared to cop one, but still went on with the job. O'Loughlin couldn't smother. Now here's a chance for Waterman. 52 metres out. He's only got to be straight. And he's away to the left. No worries with distance, but accuracy the problem there. 6-13. 19 effective scoring shots to 20. But Sydney leads by 16 points. The Sydney chant goes up. They've braved these wintry conditions. Over 30,000 fans here tonight, which just shows how successful this football team in this Harbour City has been and how they have collected the crowds. This is without bearing in mind, of course, Tony Lockett tonight as Turnbull picks it up. He tumbles the punt down towards the half-forward line. Belted clear by Seymour, and he gives chase once again, and he slaps it another 15 metres straight over the boundary line.
Yes, and what you said just before, Sandy, it's a great effort because Tony Lockett isn't there.
Yeah, she should also add for the Eagles too. Dean Kemp's not there too, which he's been in fantastic form.
Yep, I mean, they've lost a few. Gee, the cricket put Glenn Jakovich back in that side.
Cousins can't quite get hold of it, and once again another throw in.
Jason Ball, another one.
Maxfield's injured. He's limping. He's going to come back on. It's an interesting one.
The boundary throw in between wing and half forward. 55 metres around from the Eagles' goal. And Huskus quite happy to tap it to the line.
Shannon Grant's gone off. He's receiving an instruction from the coach. He's on the telephone now, and Maxfield is just standing there. He's not moving far from the interchange area.
Turnbull whacks it towards goal. And once again, the Swans players pretty happy to see that over.
And on he comes again, Shannon Grant, and off trots Stuart Maxfield.
Donnelly, another one missing for the West Coast, still to come back.
Yes,
so plenty in reserve for both sides.
Tap down. And once again,
That
it's
was
a high
too
tackle
high.
on Evans.
Yeah,
Not
but the umpire
noticed.
in the wrong position.
There's Tony Evans.
You can see here, there's the tackle, but the umpire right of screen.
Kicked out from that pack of players. Lewis comes at it, and Metropolis over the back. So, must be 5 in a row here. And the Eagles really must try and work the ball back on the goal-to-goal line.
Well,
Swans quite happy to leave it out there.
And Sydney have only got 2 players forward of the centre circle. And the majority are around this contest.
Yeah, there's need some creativity here from Turnbull to try and get it over the back. Evans tries to hook it out of the air. Banfield can't get it. Once again tied up.
And it is just so hard to do anything in this situation when there's a number of players around the ball.
Well, I really think it's the ruckman's just got to be inventive, Don, and
Just belt it.
doing the same sort of stuff. Here it is. It breaks away now. Court's love. Brilliant tackle. And Seymour has to stand up. So does Creswell. Just kicks the ball forward. Here's a chance. Morrison has support from Banfield. Banfield from 50. Squares the ball back over the other side of the ground. Players need to run at it. Here they come. Terrific give there from Cousins back into his teammate.
It's in the headlock.
And gone is Lewis holding the footy.
Well, at least he's consistent, the umpire. He nabbed Lyle earlier, and there's McPherson. Maybe he could set a little high, but I thought he tried. Now he's well within kicking distance, although he's starting his run up from some 60 metres from goal. Waterman is a good left foot kick. Distance won't be a problem at all.
Final kick. They've kicked 3 points in this quarter. Really do need a goal, the Eagles. And he's pushed it to the left. So look what happened in that second quarter when they kicked 3 goals, 7. They've now got 4 points in the quarter.
6:14. Plays 9:11. Under 13.5 minutes remaining. So Melbourne battled in the third quarter to break the ice as far as goals were concerned. Then got a couple of quick ones. Can the Eagles do the same? Throw in. Fans have really loved this contest tonight. No one going anywhere there. So umpire Hayden Kennedy will come in for a ball up. 30-year-old teacher. Enjoying his work here at the SCG tonight. Slapped out the back, taken by Turnbull. His kick partly smothered. Luff sockers off the ground. Only as far as Dale Lewis. He's in trouble. He goes in again.
Yeah, they're going in hard.
Oh, look at him go.
That's great stuff. Great stuff.
And gets rewarded for it. Kicks towards centre wing. Plenty of pushing and shoving. Evans is at the back. Gets the hand pass over the top to Waterman. Little bit of time and space. He looks inside 50. They need a mark. They can't. It's flicked out the back. Defending as Seymour gets the hand pass clear. They should get out of trouble through Lewis. A short one to Luff. Luff is on half back. He tumbles it to centre wing. And a fine diving mark is by Garlick, who is going back with the flight of the ball. Simon Garlick to right half forward. McKenna got a hand to it. Heady waiting down. Tries to run through some heavy traffic. Kick it, sockers it back. Downsborough's kick is close to the boundary line on the full, but it bounces just inside. And another throw in.
You know, I just had a thought with the Eagles in that second quarter. 2 of their 3 goals came from big long kicks. So they really haven't manufactured a lot around the goal square area. And on a night like tonight, you really do need to manufacture something. Sumic has virtually got 2 off the ground. And it's been a real struggle to find a goal-kicking player.
Downs were playing at centre half back. He started on the ball, but now he's picking up Mooney. Gehrig has gone forward.
Lewis breaks clear, slaps it onto the boot. Look, kick it comes over the top. Through O'Brien. Oh, great intelligent play then from Arnott. Mooney has a chance. He has support with O'Brien. McKenna just keeps his feet and belts it to the line.
Gee, this is a good game.
Fantastic defence.
Gee, they're running straight at the ball, aren't they?
Yes, it's just hard to see at the moment where the 3 goals are going to come from for the Eagles.
They've got just over 11 minutes to do it, Malcolm. Running out of room was the youngster, Chad Morris, kicked a goal in the second quarter. This is his 16th game.
He's doing well at these the boundary throw-ins. He's working it with his right arm, and he's really put it into the same position each time. See what he does again. There he is attempting to do it, but not coming off.
Lovell's kick doesn't travel a great distance, but he goes again, and he gets it as the rain intensifies up towards centre wing. Halted once more. Players streaming everywhere. Lachlan goes tearing down the ground. He wants the ball on half forward. McKenna is there to spoil. Banfield gets the hand pass away. The Eagles desperately looking to set something up. They need the first goal for the quarter to get them going. They mightn't go further forward here. Seymour slaps it towards the boundary line. Picked up by Stafford. The big man done well.
Was that too long?
He gets caught. And Don asked the question, was that too long? The umpire Hayden Kennedy says no, we'll throw it in after it went over the line. Sydney Chant starts up again. Well, they're certainly going to host one final here. We know that for sure. It could be 2. Who knows how they'll go. But it's not over yet. The Eagles also will be hosting a final. Came into this side for Tony Lockett. O'Loughlin in front, couldn't take the mark. Mooney can soccer off the ground. He does. It wobbles. It spins like Shane Ward. Bayes picks it up. He's tucked in the pocket. Gives it to Lewis. Lewis on a tight angle. Snaps in towards goal. He goes across the face of goal. Shannon Grant is there. He's under enormous pressure, and it's eventually raced over the line. Oh, so close. Another throw-in.
The rain really pouring down here in Sydney. Gee, they're brave, aren't they?
Yes, over 30,000 here. Amazing. Amazing scene and amazing noise. Lewis breaks the tackle, goes off the ground, and standing his ground was Banfield. Does well. The ball carries a long way back. It's a chance. The Eagles now through the centre. Haven't been in this spot for a while. Great pick up from Garrick. He wants to run. Also wants his left foot. Comes back. Just touched by McPherson. Over the back is White. It's got 2 metres, now closing the Swans players, and a quick transference of play, and it's back into the Eagles forward line. No, really, just over 9 minutes remaining. You would think a goal every 3 minutes was possible. It's been difficult tonight, but they have come in bursts. So throw in. As the Sydney Chant goes up. Stack of players around the footy, and eventually happy to see it over.
Possible, but not likely. See, we haven't had one goal so far this quarter.
This is a great feeling here. I haven't heard this at a football game before. Let's them chant. It's like soccer, chanting Sydney.
And I can tell you down there, it's got that echoey sound about it. It sounds like there's 300,000 doing it. And the ball comes out from Stafford, pretty well played. Safety of the line again.
Well, you just wonder what the atmosphere will be like next week. I mean, there'll be a full house. There's no doubt about that. And that record that they set against Geelong of some 44,000, they could well be playing Geelong. Who knows?
Well, they could be playing either Hawthorn or Richmond too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I mean, it's all in the lap of the gods still, isn't it? Here's the throw-in. McPherson slung as he took his kick, gained 25 metres before it bounced over the line.
There's still plenty of time. 8.5 minutes left.
Yes, I think we thought it might have been all over between Fremantle and Brisbane a week ago, and Brisbane came home with a wet sail. Kelly, he may have other ideas. To centre wing, puts it over the back. A chance now for Arnott. He picks it up. He gives the hand pass to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin's got to be quick to kick it. Kick it, Derek. Around his body, he spins it. And it spins away from the goal zone. And there'll be a throw-in the left forward pocket. Mooney in front. Soccer off the ground by Arnott. One behind. Would have covered himself in glory there. Would have made it very difficult with 8 minutes remaining. McKenna brings it back into McIntosh. Now they're going to have to move this ball if he can get there in
free
time.
kick.
He can't, and that's a bad turnover.
It's a long way from goal, though, Sandy. It's some 80 metres from goal.
Yes, but it's more than that, really, because McIntosh, if he could have kept it in play, could have had it down the other end of the ground. Not to be. Creswell puts them inside 50. No mark taken. Morrison defends at the back, just slapping it straight to the boundary line.
Not a bad young player, the boy from the Southern Stingrays, Chad Morrison.
Yeah, 16 points the margin. Mooney to do ruck work with Downsborough. Mooney grabs it out of the air, just almost gets it onto his boot. Now McKenna wants to get through traffic and does it brilliantly. This is really, must set something up from here. Goes very wide.
I think, Malcolm, down there, you've just got to throw caution to the wind and go straight down the ground. You'll have the breeze behind you, and you'll certainly cover a bit of distance.
And the crowd is still chanting. Great feeling here. Stafford and Turnbull. You'd think if it didn't come in the next couple of minutes, Sydney, from 12th last year, could end on top the minor round. Amazing. Great punch back. Evans overruns it. Dyson gives it back to Garlick. Almost taken there by Creswell. Goes off the ground. Here's some space. Lyle in underneath, has to sit and wait. Sydney come at him aggressively. The ball's eventually taken out. Kick forward quickly. Over to kick it. Kick it with some magic. Conceal it. Turns and has done it.
His second goal, and he is always dangerous when he's near the ball. Anything can happen. He was given space, and he made more space. Sydney battle it down, and that could be the cruncher as far as the West Coast go. Young Lyle once again over it, getting knocked off it by O'Brien. It comes out, scrubby kick. McKenna not being able to capture it.
Well, a chance louder than ever now. Catch us if you can, they're saying, from Sydney. And it's not going to be easy. Lovell, Creswell and
Imagine the sound if they started chanting Sydney with a packed house. It would be unbelievable.
Well, we might hear it next week. Who knows? The desperation of both sides tonight has been an absolute credit. The goals haven't been easy to come by, as you can see by that, as far as the West Coast are concerned. Sydney, through kick it there, finally breaking the ice and looking to go forward again. Down towards the 50. O'Brien is flying, almost beheaded, but play goes on. Metropolis towards centre wing. Kelly the flyer couldn't take the mark. Garlick gives the hand pass away towards McPherson, who tumbles a punt out of bounds on the full.
It's tight.
This may be a free kick. Just watch. Oh no.
Interesting. The Eagles, if North win tomorrow, end up 4th. That's how tight it is. And would have to play Carlton first up in Perth.
In Perth. Gee, what a game that'd be. It's just a fantastic finish. That's all you can say. No one going anywhere there. So under 6 minutes left. At the moment, Sydney, you would think, may just about have this game, simply because goals are so hard to score in this quarter. West Coast have managed 4 behinds for the quarter. The Sydney chant continues. It's incredible.
It's getting louder.
Mooney gives it away to Shannon Grant. Grant goes towards O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin shoved in the back, but play on, says the umpire. And so they do. Picked up by Ian Downsborough. Doesn't have a lot of distance. Oh, courage needed there, and courage was shown. But it went straight down to Tony Evans. Evans towards Mitchell White. Seymour again called to defend, and he does to Garlick, who marks on half-back.
Great scenes here as the Swans come wide. Shannon Grant on the end of that kick from Simon Garlick. So they're really playing with some confidence and conviction, the Swans.
And they're running the clock down. It all helps at this stage. 4.5 minutes.
Yes, a game that was there for both sides, of course, at the start. And the Swans just looked very good at it. Oh, great handball from Bayes to Arnott. Closes from 30 metres out. And if it wasn't before, the Swans have got it now.
Yes, he hasn't kicked a goal. He's kicked points up from our young Simon Arnott. A late replacement for Tony Lockett. And that is the sealer. There's no way knowing the West Coast can come back now. The tap on. There it is. Plenty of space. That's what you need. That's a heartbreaker.
Plays 50. Lewis from half back. Suddenly they've got it down towards their 50-metre line. Towards kick it, Mooney and co. Shannon Grant is also there. He flicks it out. He was looking for a Lachlan going past. Mooney tried to sucker off the ground. Goes in again. But the West Coast won't be denied. It's Cousins who comes away. Up towards the half-forward line. Seymour gets the hand pass clear. Off towards Dyson. A floating punt towards O'Loughlin. Couldn't take it cleanly, but a great spoil. Put him under pressure. Cousins again tumbling towards half-forward. The West Coast are desperate for a score. It won't come now. Dyson is cool across half-back. They've got a player loose in Lewis on the outer side. Dale Lewis. He looks untidy, but he's a pretty tidy player. Derek Kickett, just a wry smile. Sleeting rain continuing to fall. But with 3.5 minutes remaining, Sydney are going to take the 4 points in this game. No doubt about that. And Malcolm, I probably should leave you in charge of the ladder because it's too hard for me to work out what's going on.
Well, there's one thing for certain, the Swans will be at top and will play 8th position, which will either be...
which we don't know who will be.
Richmond or Hawthorn.
So Lewis again gets a bit of space. A high kick into the rain. No one able to take the mark. It bounces out the back. It comes towards Lovell. He can't pick it up and eventually says, darn this, I'll just shovel it over the line. Conceding of a high.
Yes, so North can actually move into 2nd position by winning tomorrow.
Lovell will take it and hand it over to his teammate here in Cousins. Goes back again to Lovell, but I think he's going to have to go back. Umpire Hayden Kennedy is now awarding 50, so it's come down the ground. Cousins is coming down towards centre wing. Kicks up towards half forward. No mark taken. Slapped down back in towards the centre. An opportunity now to get it out towards Lewis. It comes from Shannon Grant. Kicks up towards half forward. Good defensive work by McKenna.
These conditions are atrocious. That rain is coming in sheets.
So there's Morrison. Goes back inside to Metropolis. Metropolis electing to go long. Players come at it. Dunkley can't get hold of it. Their defence has been brilliant in this last quarter. They've read it beautifully. One-on-one. Dyson caught. Just gives it off to Kelly. Gets away with it. And then goes towards half forward. Lewis has been lively. O'Loughlin. Lewis comes at it. Good aggression. The ball spills out. Kelly. Great effort with a second effort to Grant. Kickett has to sit on McKenna. Kickett. Oh, Derek, do it! And he has.
She's over now.
That's his 3rd. He's playing a one-on-one in the goal square, and he's got the talent. And they've gone away with it. It's a great effort, but boy, are they going in hard. Look at Lewis once again. Kelly. And a long kick by young Shannon Grant. One-on-one. Just gets a fist to it.
Out of the middle, it's Cousins who sends the West Coast Eagles forward. Deep into the forward zone and over the boundary line it goes. But with under a minute and a half remaining. What a year for Rodney Eade and the Sydney Swans, led by Captain Paul Kelly, as they are about to embark on their finals campaign. Stafford, Turnbull, Sumich. I wouldn't write the West Coast Eagles off though. They've got a final at home. They've got players to come back in. They've made one of the longest journeys in the game. And they are a very, very good team come finals time.
Yes, and either Brisbane or North Melbourne will finish second after we know tomorrow.
I'm not going to argue with you. There's a minute remaining. Well, Sydney are on top.
Well, they had the opportunity, I should say.
Yeah,
North Melbourne.
yeah, that's exactly right.
So you work it out all at home from there.
Sydney got everybody in the back line.
Stafford had front spot. Lewis waiting down in front, just gets the cheeky little hand pass. This rain, if anything, is getting heavier. Cousins takes the mark. 50 seconds remaining. He goes long, and in going for distance, it slews off the side of the boot and goes out of bounds on the full.
Unbelievably on the big screen here. Sydney on top with 66 points, and that's what the crowd's now cheering about.
You wonder about a national competition. It goes Sydney, Brisbane, or West Coast. North Melbourne, of course, still to play. Yes, it's really just a fantastic finish, but we've said that before. Can't help saying it again. Lewis. You can pick them up all right on your television monitor at home, but for the fans here at the SCG, they're very difficult to pick up because of this sleeting rain. In towards the middle, Cousins takes the mark again, gives the hand pass away towards Evans. On all fours, he gets it out. They've got it down towards the 50, but time is against them, I'm afraid. Sumich couldn't do anything with it. It was socket off the ground. Dyson is quite happy to see it sail over the line. Fans are flocking out because they have got the result they wanted from the throw-in towards centre wing, and it is again over the line to Metropolis. On centre wing. Throw-in. Stafford at the back, wins it down. He was looking for Lewis. Dale Lewis is there once again. With him as Metropolis, and again he's quite happy. He was shoved over the line, but that doesn't matter. It's over. They are going to take the point, Sydney, and they're going to march into the finals with enormous confidence. Tony Lockett to come back into the side. There's the siren. So now the real fight begins. Let's go down onto the ground as fans are streaming onto it. Here's Russell.
Paul Roos, top of the ladder.
Mate, unbelievable.
What are you feeling now?
I mean, it was a great win by the guys tonight. Just a really tough night and great opposition. Really good side, West Coast. And I think the way the guys fought out, probably our best win for the year. And to finish on top after tonight is just reward, I guess, for a great effort tonight.
How long since you've played in the final yourself?
That was 10 years, 1986. Most of these blokes weren't born then.
So now all you've got to do is win a couple of games and go straight to the grand final?
Well, I think it's key for us because if we can win that first one, hopefully we'll get a second final up here as well. So that might give us 2 finals in Sydney, which would be fantastic.
Anything specially done or spoken about during the week about tonight?
Actually, not really. Rocket was really relaxed before the game. He said, look, we've had a great year regardless of what happens tonight. Go out and enjoy yourself. If we win, we finish top. If we don't, we'll just regroup and play next week.
You've had a sensational year. Good luck.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks.
And doesn't Paul Roos know the lows and highs of football? Last week he was saying farewell to the Fitzroy Football Club.
Yes.
But now he finds himself in a finals campaign.
Yes, they did get a few injuries there. Have a look at that crowd.
Yeah,
That
I've
is
never seen
sensational.
anything like that. The crowd that came onto the ground, that is just a fantastic sight.
Well, it's incredible, really, because they started streaming onto the ground as soon as the final siren has sounded. Forget the second siren here at the SCG.
And they're still coming onto the ground. It's just, that is amazing stuff.
Look, I think that anyone worries about our game. I mean, fairy tales do exist. Rodney Eade and the Swans have just been almost completed a wonderful fairy tale season.
Well, we're announcing Team of the Century on 7 on Monday night. Just check your local guide for details on that. But I wonder if Rodney Eade will be named as Coach of the Year as we also announce the All-Australian Team of the Year. How many from Sydney will be in it? How many from West Coast? They've given us a grand performance. Sydney are victorious, 12-12-84. West Coast, 6-14-50.
I think is for the best years of our lives. All those hazy, crazy young days, all those fun days in our